Hey everyone, Noah St. John here from noahstjohn.com and affirmations.com. And welcome to the Ask Noah St. John show. I am right here on noahnation.com every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific, where I answer your questions about how to get rid of your head trash, how to get unstuck, find your voice, and automate your business so you can have more personal freedom, time freedom, and financial freedom. By the way, which of those is more important to you? Time freedom? Time to do what you want to do? Personal freedom, emotional freedom, spiritual freedom, or financial freedom? A freedom to have the money to do what you want to do with your life. Which one of those is most important to you? Let me know. And also, by the way, if you enjoy these programs, make sure you send me a heart, send me a thumbs up, send me a smiley face, because the more that you engage, the more that Facebook will show these broadcasts to more people. All right, so today we're going to be continuing our look at my favorite book in relationships, one of my favorite books. And it's called Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, from John Gray. And we're almost done with this book. Can you believe it? We're almost through. And how have you enjoyed these Facebook Lives? Are you enjoying these? Have you gotten any tips from these? Let me know. All right, so today our topic is how to ask for support and get it. This is something that I've had a lot of trouble with, and that I know a lot of people have trouble with, asking for support in relationships. Do you ever have trouble with that? You have trouble asking for support in relationships? So here's what John Gray says. If you are not getting the support you want in your relationships, a significant reason may be that you do not ask enough, or you may ask in a way that doesn't work. Asking for love and support is essential to the success of any relationship. Both men and women have difficulty asking for support. Women, however, tend to find it much more frustrating and disappointing to ask for support than men do. So in this chapter, he talks mainly to women, which I think is the right thing to do, because these tips that he's talking about here really do apply to both men and women. And then he talks about why women don't ask. Women make the mistake of thinking they don't have to ask for support because they intuitively feel the needs of others and give whatever they can. They mistakenly expect men to do the same. When a woman is in love, she instinctively offers her love. With great delight and enthusiasm, she looks for ways to offer her support. The more she loves someone, the more motivated she is to offer her love. Back on Venus, everybody automatically gives support, so there was no reason to ask for it. On Venus, their motto is love is never having to ask. I think about Babette and what a great mom she is. She's an amazing mom, and her kids and our kids are very lucky to have her as a mother. And so she is constantly giving love to the children and to her whole family. And so this is very, very true. And they never have to ask. And she is very instinctive, and she just knows what the kids need at any time. So think about the women in your life. Aren't they like that? I mean, I know my mom was that way too, in a different way. So the point is, here's what John Gray is suggesting. He suggests 3 steps here to ask for support and get it. So step 1, asking correctly for what you are already getting. The first step in learning how to get more in your relationships is to practice asking for what you're already getting. Become aware of what your partner is already doing for you, especially little things like carrying boxes, fixing things, cleaning up, making calls, and other little chores. The important part of this stage is to begin asking him to do the little things he already does and not take him for granted. Then when he does these things, give him a lot of appreciation. Tips for motivating a man. He talks about appropriate timing, non-demanding attitude, being brief, and being direct. And also correct wording. Now, I love this tip. This is a great little tip here for men and women, okay? But particularly for women, because there's specific things that men need to hear. One of the most common mistakes in asking for support is the use of could and can in place of would and will. Could you empty the trash is merely a question gathering information. Would you empty the trash is a request. Women often use could you indirectly to imply would you. As I mentioned before, indirect requests are a turnoff. When used occasionally, they certainly may go unnoticed, but persistently using can and could begins to irritate men. What men want to be asked. When I explain the distinction between C and W words in my seminars, women tend to think I'm making a big deal over nothing. To women, there is not much difference. In fact, could you may even seem more polite than would you, but to many men, it is a big difference. On Mars, it would be an insult to ask a man, can you empty the trash? Of course he can empty the trash. The question is not, can he empty the trash, but will he empty the trash? So I can understand why women would say, this is stupid. I mean, why would I have to do this? I mean, are men that dumb? The answer is yes, men looking for, yes, men are that dumb. And so the point is, and then this is an interesting distinction. I've included comments, and then he talks about, or the men here talk about the difference between would you and could you. When I am asked, could you clean up the backyard, I take it literally. I say, I could do it. Sure, it's possible, but I'm not saying I will do it. And I certainly don't feel like I'm making a promise to do it. I begin to make a decision, and I'm willing to be supportive. So lots of examples there. I do agree with John. Take out the trash instead of could you. Now, since I'm aware of this, right, since I've read this and am aware of it, you know, whether Babette says could you or would you, I make the extrapolation in my brain, and I don't make a big deal out of it either way. And I don't say, she says, could you, right? I know she's saying, would you, Noah, do this thing? You know what I'm saying? So I don't have to be so anal about it, but I'm saying that this is a very accurate point here that he's making. So there's different questions. Even when you know he may say no. Men are much more willing to say yes if they have the freedom to say no. So he talks about when to ask and what to say. Very good examples here. And then step 3 is practice assertive asking. All right. So I love this part here. A woman, okay, the art of assertive asking is to remain silent after you've made a request. This is good advice here. After you've asked, expect them to moan, groan, scowl, growl, mumble, and grumble. I call the resistance men focused the man is at the time, the more he will grumble. Man, I do that. I grumble, I groan, I mumble, I'm fracking. I do that all the time. You know, when Babette asks me to do things, I totally grumble, right? And I fracking. This is funny. A woman will generally misinterpret a man's grumbles. She mistakenly assumes he's unwilling to fulfill a request. That's not the case. His grumbles are a sign that he is in the process of considering her request. If he was not considering a request, then he would very calmly say no, right? That's a really good point. When a man grumbles, it's a good sign he's trying to consider your request versus his needs. And this is my favorite analogy in this whole book. He will go through internal resistance at shifting his direction from what he's focusing on to your request. So, I mean, look, even if he's sitting watching football, right? Well, if you're watching football, I can never talk to you. It depends on the game, to be honest. If it's a lousy, boring game, then you can ask me anything you want, and I'll even turn it off. I don't really care. But if it's the Super Bowl, I want to watch the stupid thing, right? But this is my favorite analogy. Like opening a door with rusty hinges, the man will make unusual noises. By ignoring his grumbles, they quickly go away. Often when a man grumbles, he is in the process of saying yes to your request. All right? So anyway, programming a man to say yes. He tells a great story of going to get milk. So why men are so sensitive. Here's the end of this chapter. You may be asking yourself why men are so sensitive about being asked for support. It is not because men are lazy, but because men have so much need to feel accepted. It's a great point. Any request to be more or to give more might instead give the message that he is not accepted just as he is. Just as a woman is more sensitive about being heard and feeling understood when she's sharing her feelings, a man is more sensitive about being accepted just the way he is. Any attempt to improve him makes him feel as though you're trying to change him because he's not good enough. On Mars, the motto is don't fix it unless it is broken. By learning the the art of asking for support, your relationships will become greatly enriched. So this is a great chapter, how to ask for the support and get. So basically, the lesson here is remember to do those 3 steps, to just ask for support. Ask for support you're already getting, then ask for support even when you think he'll say no. Use would instead of could. And when he grumbles, just basically ignore him. Just kind of stand there, be quiet, and let him go through the grumbling like a door opening on a rusty hinge. I think that's a great analogy. And so our affirmation of the day today is as follows, and here it comes. Ready? Affirmation of the day is, why do I intelligently ask for what I want? Why do I intelligently ask for the support that I want? If you enjoy these programs, give me a thumbs up, send me some hearts, send me some smiley faces. Make sure to tag your friends on these broadcasts. You can also catch up every day on noahstjohn.com on the blog. By the way, make sure to go to noahstjohn.com and get my new book. It's called Get Rid of Your Head Trash. Get rid of your head trash. It's absolutely free on our website at noahstjohn.com. And for everyone here at successclinic.com, I'm Noah St. John saying I look forward to being a part of your success story. All right, see you next time, everyone. Bye-bye for now.